Hello and welcome back to the channel. So I'm about to share with you guys some TikTok rants concerning home ownership. Now for many homeowners, they are now finding that it is way more expensive owning a home versus renting a property. Yes, they told us that owning a home is a great investment, which I totally agree, but there are many hidden costs when it comes to home ownership. So let's jump into this video. Drop a comment and I will be right back.
26 and fell immediately into poverty. Okay, when I lived with my parents, I was living my best luxury lifestyle. I went to South Korea, bought a 2000 plane ticket, didn't even blink twice. I went shopping, luxury goods, all that. Was traveling, was just, I was living it up. I felt rich. I had no bills. And I had a full-time 9-to-5 job. I was working as a nurse, okay? I was killing it. I bought my own house. That first mortgage payment came in and I was like, oh, this is a situation. But at first you think you can handle it, right? Like, what's a couple thou? What's a couple thou? I got it. But then the pipes in my 80-year-old home broke immediately as soon as I bought the house. Wiped out my savings. Then another pipe in a different area of the house broke. Okay, I'm struggling. Okay, I need help. Then my neighbor's pipe, it was a twin house, her pipe broke. And she didn't believe that her pipe broke, but her pipe broke on my side of the house. So all of that water that was coming down was spraying into my home. And then my water heater broke. When I tell y'all, I went from living in the lap of luxury to destitute immediately.
Buying a house, worst investment you'll ever make in your entire life. Let's say you paid $1 million to buy a house. Average house here is $576. $576 is what you paid. Now you need 12% for broker fees. Let's say you keep the house 10 years. You need 10% in maintenance fees. It's 1% a year maintenance fees. It's about 2% in property taxes every year. That's 20%. 2 times 10 is 20. And it's probably 7% to the bank, so that's 70%. Total those up, it's 112%. $576,000 home will have to be sold for $1.2 million in 10 years. You're not going to sell it for that. To break even, dead money, and you had to put $100,000 down to do this deal. They're serving a master. They'll borrow money from the Bank of America, and then if they can get some more money, they'll have a little retirement account that funds Wall Street. This is a big game, bro. Rather than buying one house, rent where you live, and take that $100,000 and go buy a piece of real estate where other people live. I just don't need to own a home on the way up. I need to own assets that pay me on the way up. And once I have enough cash flow from the assets, then if I want to go buy a house or a watch or a car, I buy it out of the past.
Something they will not tell you when you buy a house, or at least they didn't tell me, and now I'm salty. So when I first bought my house, my mortgage payment was $1,151. After my first year living in that house, they raised my mortgage to $1,579. The fuck? I thought I was tripping. That is a $428 increase. I was under the impression that my mortgage payment would literally never change, but I was wrong. So basically, I believe it's every single year they come and do an assessment of your house. And they say, what's the value of this house from last year to this year? And if your property has increased in value, they are going to increase your taxes. I would have been okay with that if they would have explained that to me and I was ready and prepared. But no, I just got a bill in the mail and it said a $428 increase due in 2 months. I believe the issue is a lot of the times, especially when it comes to young people and first-time home buyers, realtors and mortgage lender, whoever you're dealing with, they don't want to give you all the information up front because they just want to make the sale. They just want to make money. And I believe that is so unethical.
A $400,000 home if you make $100,000 in salary because you want to be able to afford your payment, but you don't want to be house poor. So let's break these numbers down real quick. $400,000 home, let's say you put down 3% plus closing costs, it's going to be $25,000 cash up front out of pocket. Let's say you get a 7% interest rate. It's going to put your principal and interest payment around $2,600 a month, and then another $700 a month in taxes and insurances. So let's say $3,300 out the door for this home. Now, how they're going to qualify you, let's say you make $100,000 as a W-2 employee as a salary, and that's gross income. They're typically going to use about 40% of your income to qualify you with debt to income, which gives you a $40,000 allowance divided by 12 months, gives you $3,333. So you barely qualify, but you do it if you have no debt. Now, if you have a $500 car payment and 500 student loans, that $1,000 comes off and you can actually only afford $2,333 in the eyes of the lender, so you wouldn't qualify. But for this example, let's say you don't have any debt. But let's look at your real money here, your take home. A $100,000 salary is probably $70K after taxes and everything. So that's about $5,800 a month in net pay. So this $3,300 payment without utilities or anything, yes, you can qualify on paper, but that's 57% of your take-home pay. So these are the kind of numbers that you want to break down when you're thinking about buying a house, because you want to comfortably afford the payment and you don't want to be house poor.
Just real quick, I'm tired of being a homeowner. I am tired of being a homeowner. I'm tired of people telling me owning a home is the best investment you could ever have. I do believe that to be true. That don't change the fact that I'm tired of being a homeowner. I'm tired of the problems that it come with. I'm tired of all the responsibility, hanging on my shoulders. I miss renting. I feel like I had more freedom with renting. Now, I know when you rent, you're paying month to month and all that money is going down the drain. It's not going towards nothing. It's not investing in nothing. I know that. And I don't care.
Yesterday was my 3-year anniversary of becoming a home borrower. I borrowed this house from the bank 3 years ago, and I hate it. And some people are asking me why. Why do you hate it? Because I can't afford it. I can't afford this house. When I borrowed the house, I could afford it, and the bank insured that. Since then, though. When I borrowed this house, my homeowner's insurance was $1,323 a year. Today, 3 years later, my homeowner's insurance is $2,654.
Buying a house has probably been the worst decision of my life. So I'm 26 years old, work full time, have my career, been to grad school. And so naturally buying a house was kind of the next step in life, right? Like that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to buy a home, invest in real estate, build equity, because it's going to set you up. That's a smart financial move, right? And of course, social media makes it seem all like rainbows and butterflies. You can invest in a fixer-upper, renovate your home, build equity and flip it for a profit. And it's all great. And it's the best financial decision you can make, right? In my case, it's just become a nightmare. The house is a total money pit. I have spent tens of thousands of dollars more than I could have ever anticipated.
Things I did not learn about money till I was in my 30s. Buying a house is not the end-all be-all when it comes to your financial success. And more importantly, you are not throwing away your money if you currently rent. Buying and owning a house has been sold as the epitome of the American dream. But for so many people, it does not make sense for financial or even lifestyle reasons. I remember from the time I was a really small child, throughout my entire 20s, well into my 30s, any adult I heard talking about investments or retirement, it always came down to buying a house. And there seems to be this really big financial pressure that if you are renting and not currently trying to save for a house or don't own a house, then you're basically blowing it. And especially you're blowing all your money on rent. This is something I learned from Ramit Sethi. He is a big proponent on not buying a house just to say that you own a house or that you have that investment in place. So many people save all of their money, keep it in a savings account, and then they go and spend all their money on a down payment for a house. And then
a little bit of buyer's remorse with our house. We bought about a $500,000 home.
Okay.
And we make about $10,000 every month.
Okay. Well, how much is your mortgage payment?
$4,000.
Okay. Yeah. That's why you're feeling that. You're about 40% of your income. And we would suggest that you be somewhere around 25%.
My mortgage went up $1,000 and I am not okay. So let me tell you guys, for the longest time, people be screaming from the hilltop, home ownership is not it. Like, don't rush, don't rush. And I will just be like, I don't understand it because I'm literally chilling, like cheaper than rent. I was bamboozled. And so I asked them, can I sell the house? And they were like, there's no equity in it. I see me smiling, but come next month, I'm literally going to be in tears because $1,000 extra a month, I legit want to move back home and live with my parents.
So we have watched the TikTok rants. I need you to drop a comment if you are a homeowner to let me know how you feel, if being a homeowner is worth it or not. And those who are renters, drop a comment to let me know if you still feel that being a homeowner is still the best option. So I feel as if being a homeowner is most definitely still the best option in 2024 and beyond. So I'm done with this video. Leave a comment. Please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, this is your girl, Sister T, and I'm out.